Hi, Sparrows. I am Valerie Miller of T.V.M, the Valerie Miller Double Fold. This very moment, you have opportunity to change. And tonight on Matters of the Heart, we have a fabulous guest, Selina Albright. Yes, the one, the only, the infamous, the vocalist. She's going to be in the room with us tonight. And I'm thanking you in advance for sharing. So be sure to share, as sharing is caring. So Juicy Conversation is going to be coming to you, of course, as every week from my book, How I Became Fabulous and the Lady All the Time. Talking about returning on investments. Yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about. Returning on investment and looking at the consciousness of relationships and how music can heal the heart. So what better way than to combine literature, as me being an author, as me being your conscious lifestyle strategist, and combine that with the lyricists of entertainers. So we have Selina with us tonight, and I say welcome into the room. Everyone, enjoy, and like I said, be sure to share. She should be in momentarily, so get comfortable. Hopefully you've had a great day. I have. It's a blur, of course. It's always a blur. Time goes by quickly. Barbara Miller, my sissy, welcome to the room. Eddie Hare, welcome to the room. And Selina should be with us in just a moment. Like I said, she's a singer, songwriter, the daughter of the infamous Gerald Albright. But like I said, sure, that's her father. At the same time, she is all that in a bag, all by herself. Such an amazing voice. She has a very unique sound. Fabulous background. Here tonight. So she should be in just a moment.
Hi.
Hello, Selena.
How are you?
Fabulous.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on your show. Is there a delay? Can you hear me okay?
There is a delay.
Okay, I'm going to pop these in just to be safe.
Yeah.
One sec.
Yeah. What happens here?
How's that?
Uh,
Better?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, cool.
Yes.
We did it! Oh, I'm so happy right
Yes.
now. All right, let me turn my headphones up, and I think we can go ahead
Turn
and...
your earphones up. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Sweet.
Sweet.
All
And I
right,
have
let's
your
go.
music just kind of just in the background.
I can hear
Yeah.
that. I can hear that.
You can hear it?
This time I can hear it.
Okay, great. Because I wanted to make sure I had everything in place.
Oh, yeah,
And
we're good.
welcome to the room. Welcome
Thank you
to
so much.
T.V.M. Matters of the Heart. I am
Awesome.
thrilled to have you here.
Me too. This is going to be fun,
Yeah.
especially since the title is Matters of the Heart. So, yeah, there's a lot of love. It's going to be a big love fest, and I'm excited about this.
Yes, it's about love fest. It's about keeping it pure.
Yes.
It's about being conscious of your relationships and making sure you're not caught up. Being responsible for your contributions, all of that.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I like your glasses. I didn't notice before that we have really
Yeah.
similar glasses going on.
We do have
You see
similar
that?
glasses going on.
Yes.
This is what happens. It
Yes.
happens. We need a little help, once we get to a particular age. And there's nothing wrong with that. It just spotlights the wisdom, the fabulous.
I've had wisdom since I was probably about 10. I've been wearing glasses for a long time.
And that's okay. Own it.
Yes. Yeah. I love my glasses. I usually wear my contact lenses for stage because it's harder. Like when the lights are shining on you,
Right.
then you can't get good pictures because as you can see from the lamps in my room, you see a little glare, a little reflection. So I wear those for stage, but typically when I'm at home, from tour, I will wear my
Yeah.
glasses and let my eyes relax a little bit.
They need to rest. Don't strain where you
Yes,
don't have to. That's the way I look at
exactly.
things.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
know, I love that you have your wrap. I love your naturalness.
Thank you. I had to tie it down today. There's been a lot of rain and just humidity, and now, like, it's just a really thick, beautifully cottony puff. And I keep touching it because I've never felt my hair like this before. Usually the curls are defined. Today it's a mass. I'm just gonna call it a mass.
Well, I think it's awesome. It just makes me miss my curls, sometimes. I'm still natural, I just don't wear it curly anymore.
You have the face for it too.
Well, thank you. I'm probably going to go back to it. I'm thinking about the TikTok. I may do it. I may do it
Yeah.
because it
I
is a
was
love, and we're talking about things that we love. That's a
mm-hmm.
part of love, and we have to have a relationship with ourselves when it
It's
comes to
true.
our image, how we feel about ourselves. It's not so much about what other people think, not at all. It's about how we feel about ourselves,
Agreed.
and it's huge, especially having to come on camera like this for myself, or you
Yes.
stepping on the stage.
Yes, because
This is
everybody's
big.
looking at you. Every little piece, they dissect you. If I
Yeah.
eat before I go on stage and I have like a food belly or whatever, and I'm a little bloated because it's that time of month or something, people will take a picture and they'll be like, "Hey, look at what the lights did when it shined downward on her stomach. Is she pregnant? What did she eat? Oh, is she worried about her weight?" So I'm just like, listen, I love myself. My husband loves me. I'm gonna wear things that I feel beautiful in, and
Uh-huh.
that's the long and short of it.
It
You know,
is. Makes you want to eat. You know your title,
it does make me want to eat something. You know
eat
what?
something.
And when I get excited about a show or I get excited about anything, the way that I celebrate typically is
Right.
to eat. We eat every holiday. You know, Mother's Day, people cook for
Yes.
their mothers and everything, and I must be getting comfortable because I'm like about to sit Indian style in this chair. So I love life, and life, has been so great to me. God's been
Yeah.
so good. And so I really love to eat. I love to cook as well. So it's not like, I'm just eating out, eating random things all the time. I actually found a way to cook at home where
Yes.
it's actually healthy. Neither my husband nor I are on medications anymore to maintain our health.
Perfect.
Like it's good. So, do you eat when you're happy too?
I do. I love eating.
Mm-hmm.
It's my happy place. But at the
Yes.
same time, it's eating very good things. I just don't
Yes.
go nuts. For the past
Right.
year, I gave up red meat, and that was a challenge. But at the
Oh,
same time, loving the results of it. And like you said, when you can be healthy, because everything starts with what you put in your mouth,
it's true.
everything, and
It's
making
true.
those types of choices. So I'm not mad at it.
Yeah,
So
I'm not either. Yes.
continue to do that. That's the whole one of the points of this platform. As I
Yeah.
mentioned to you, it's unscripted. I'm not going to send you questions to be prepared for
You sure
because
didn't.
nope. Because in essence, it's not an interview. It's a conversation. And when having conversations, we talk about eating, we talk about the things that bring us comfort. That's
Yeah.
family, those are
Yeah.
friends. And you let your hair down when you're with family and friends. You don't practice before you go to your parents' house with what you're going to have a conversation about. You just have
Yep.
conversation. And 90% of the time, it's in the kitchen.
Yeah, this is very true, especially in my parents' house. So we'll go over there for family functions, and my mom usually makes all the food,
Uh
but
huh.
sometimes she'll let us help. So we can all be in the kitchen, and I put quotes around that because she likes things a certain way. And she's going to
Her
watch
way,
this interview, yeah, and she's going to
like
laugh.
my mama.
But she
Yeah.
likes it a certain way, and so we go along with whatever her menu is. She shows love through cooking. And so she makes a whole menu, but when we're in there helping her, I just now recently, like I would say over the past few years, I'm allowed to bring a dessert
Oh,
to accompany what she has prepared. And I'm very proud
right.
of my homemade apple pie. That's what I usually bring. And
Awesome.
my dad likes apple pie. My mom doesn't eat apple pie unless it's mine. So I'm like, okay, we did it. But we had these wonderful conversations in the
Uh-huh.
kitchen. And we'll be laughing and acting silly and talking about, the same family stories we always talk about but never want to forget. And,
Right.
that's what it's like during any family gathering. I hate that I missed Mother's Day yesterday. I
Uh-huh.
couldn't get home.
Oh.
So, yeah, I missed that. But hopefully next year we'll make that happen.
Well, you have a lot of things going on. Um, and it's
Oh,
understood.
yes.
It's tough to
Yeah.
get home sometimes when you have such a tight schedule. You are creating, you're traveling, and you're doing all of
Yeah.
these things. Now, I'm going to pause for just a moment because
Okay.
we've jumped all into conversation already.
We sure did. Was there something you were supposed to say? Because I thought we were just going. My bad.
We are just going, and it's not even a my bad moment
Okay.
because I just realized
Hmm.
I gave an overview of you coming on,
I didn't
and then
hear
you
what
came
happened
on.
before I came on.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm gonna shift it over to you just for a moment, so you can give
Okay.
just a quick share of who is Selina Albright and how did she possibly get to be who she is today, right now.
Okay, first of all, I have to say it's God because there are things that I've gotten a chance to do that I should not have,
Uh huh.
considering how short a time ago it was that I decided to be an independent solo artist.
Hmm.
Because that journey usually it could take 20 years from the decision on, and it's been less than 10 for me since I decided not
Awesome.
to, be a background vocalist or just be behind the scenes writing songs for other artists.
Yes.
Now it's like I have completely decided to dive in. So I'm an R&B soul singer, but I do a little jazz here and there because that's where I got my
Yeah.
start. I've been
Yes.
listening to jazz since I was in the womb, so I couldn't help but do a little jazz. Um, and I'm a singer songwriter, so I write everything that I put out unless it's a cover. I don't have a team of writers. Everything that you hear from me is from my experience or the experience of someone close to me that I decided to make into a song because it was
Okay.
just so intriguing. So there's a song called You and I that I wrote. I think
Uh
that's
huh.
playing right now in 2010. And it wasn't even about me. That was about a
Okay.
friend that I had who was having trouble keeping the fire going in her relationship.
Hmm.
And so that's what that song is about. And then I have Eat Something, which is about when I first got married, those first 2 years, I noticed
Right.
that I grew some extra body parts that I love, but there was a moment when it got out of hands and I was like, wait, how big are these parts going to get? Because I had new boobs, new booty, new hips. And then I also had this little belly in the front. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Let's stay
That is not the
proportional.
truth. Not that.
But no, not that. Not that's not hot. So, I had to like figure out, okay, so I'm happy, but I still want to eat because, so we were so much in love. Me and my husband got our grown and sexy on,
Of
with
course.
the our figures. And so I ended up writing a song years later about that experience and just how much we love each other with our new bodies, with the adultness of them. So everything you hear is from my life or someone close to me. And I've gotten to work with some amazing people and performed with them, recorded with them, featured on their records. And chances are,
Love it.
if you've heard a Gerald Albright record, I
Yeah.
was most likely on background vocals because I've
Uh
been
huh.
working since I was a teenager, and he put me in the studio in my teens. And so
Why not?
it's a huge passion of mine. I've always been singing around the house when I was a kid. And so, he said, let me just stick her in the studio, see if it sticks. And here we are. So I'm a vocalist, a writer, I'm a foodie. I love to
Of
eat
course.
and I love to cook. And I love being a wife. I love being a pet owner. I have a little dog named Chai, and I'm
Yes,
definitely
cutie.
yeah. I mean, he's hilarious. I just took him out today for a ride, and he went berserk. He's 10 years old, and he acts like he's 10 minutes old with the level of
It's
energy he
okay.
has. Yeah, and traveling the world and living the dream. And I cannot believe at least 90% of the things that I've been able to do thus far. Because it's
I
not
love the song.
typical. Thank
Yes,
you.
I love it because you paint the picture so well of from the wedding day until the extra. I mean, everyone gains those love pounds. And if you're not
Yes.
gaining love pounds and you can look back over 2 years and don't have that, you might need to question the relationship. Are you happy? So I'm just saying that it shows happiness.
It's true. It's really
That's
true.
proof.
Oh, yeah. Like my life is just a living, breathing testament to how much love has been, involved in everything that I do. Whether it was getting married, having a strong relationship with my family at home, my immediate
Right,
family, you know,
right,
getting to connect with such great people. So you'll hear all
right,
that throughout my music. You'll hear some of the tough times I went through as well coming up.
right.
So yeah, I'm glad you like the music though.
I do. I love the music and was caught by surprise. I think it must have been one of the music sites and whatnot on Instagram that I would post shows and things like that. So the first time when I received a follow Selina Albright's following you, I was like, who? Wait a minute. Albright.
Yeah.
I was like, Albright? The only Albright I know,
Yeah.
Gerald Albright. Like, hold on, let me click her. Click. I said, well, hold on.
Ah!
The brakes here. And then I
Yeah.
saw where you two were on tour. And then I said, okay, let me look a little bit closer. Who is she?
Yeah.
What is her background? So I started unlayering you, digging
I'm
and
so
digging.
glad.
I
That's so
did.
cool.
You have your own identity. So it's not about,
Yeah.
it's a lot of people that are attached by name. However, you
Mm-hmm.
carry your own.
Thank
So
you.
that makes a difference. And so now my interest is piqued. I said, well, okay, let me download some music. And
Uh-huh.
with my radio podcast, I downloaded it there. So the rotation was taking place. So every time your music would rotate, then that's a ping for you. That's like
Yeah.
a ching ching. So
I
I said,
appreciate
only the
that.
people that I like, I do that for. Right.
That's really cool. Thank you so much for the
You
support.
know,
And I
and
appreciate it
then
wherever
tagged
it
you.
comes from. Oh, good. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna tag you. And then you said, well, if you need me to swing by, I'll do it. And I said, well, okay.
Yeah.
And
I
here
don't
you
mind at
are.
all. Yeah,
Here
the
you
rest
are.
is history.
It's
Um,
history.
I like to follow people who I think I either would vibe with or who would love my music. I
Right.
use social media as a promotional tool, it's a marketing
Right.
tool. And so, I'm always open to, well, it depends on the platform. I do check
Yes.
out the platforms to see if I would actually want to be a part of them before I decide, okay,
Right.
well, let me follow this one and just see if she bites. And I'm so, so glad that you followed back and
Yeah.
liked what you heard enough to ask me to be on your show. This is really cool.
Yes. Yes, because
Yeah.
I'm very strategic about who comes on and actually sits next to me. Because, I'm being, conscious of that because it makes a difference, especially
Yeah.
building platform. Because I just started doing this in September last year. I was led to do it, didn't want to do it, however, loving that I did. So
Yeah.
that's the difference in it because I do love what I do. This is just something different that's added to it. Being,
Yeah.
a lifestyle strategist, introducing you to yourself
Mm-hmm.
consciously with intention. So that really
Yeah.
it's a big deal being in the transformation, industry. So it's not
Yeah.
an easy walk. So I figure, why not? This is just a peep in the window of what it looks like to have a session with me. I'm not the typical by far. I told you I was rare.
Nope.
You said it's
Yeah.
rare for you to be booked out that far in advance because it was what 3 months
Yeah, and I'm
before you came
fine.
on.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I like the fact that you have a following, you take your time, you find people, and you book them in, what do you call them? Chunks? Blocks? Like
Something
you're
like
back
that.
to back all the time. Yeah. I like that you
Yeah.
stay
To
booked.
be
That's
booked to
good.
September, that's a big deal.
That's
So
huge.
I'm honored and I just wanted to be sure to unveil who Selina is. And it's important that I'm also strategic because of being an author as well. All the topics
Yes.
for Matters of the Heart comes from my book. Matters,
Awesome.
yeah, how I became fabulous and a lady all the time. So this is where everything comes from. And just like your music, it's real life. These are my
Yeah.
memoirs, you
Right.
know, going through it all and talking
That's
about it, being responsible, taking ownership,
mm-hmm.
all of that.
It's a vulnerable but really brave thing, to
Yeah.
just put yourself out there like that. So that's
Hmm.
commendable. That's awesome. Yeah. I want to read the book. So where do I order your
You
book?
must read the book.
Yeah, I love hearing other people's stories and accounts of like how they began to adult.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right,
The new word
right.
adulting,
Yes.
and coming into their own and coming to love themselves. Because I recently just started accepting and loving myself. I would say in the past 2 to 3 years it began. And I had a
Right.
big epiphany that became a song called Sun Comes Up, where I just had this awakening where I was like, you know what?
Yes.
And I performed differently over these past, I would say, especially the past 1 year.
Yes.
But I changed all my music to reflect the new place that I'm in 2018.
Right.
And once that happened, it just kicked off this whole new vibe for the show. I interact with the audience more. We're singing together. I got them
Oh,
dancing. And, this last show that I did in Denver was amazing because I looked out in the audience,
oh,
and I'm not going to cry, but I do have it's that time where I have a lot of hormones rushing. So
right.
that's probably too much information for the viewers, but you
No, it's
get it.
not. Go for it.
But this lady was in the front row and she was singing the words as I was singing them. And usually the lights are too bright to see those kind of things, those moments
Right.
happening. But like apparently, Highest High, one of my songs, is her jam. And she had
Yeah.
her, like she was snapping in the air like
Feel it.
this. And I was like, okay. So I was singing it and she was singing it. And it was just awesome to be in such an intimate setting where I could see the people in the front row and see, like, her lips moving. I was like,
It
oh. And she knew
is.
all the words to a T. She didn't miss not one. I was like, yes.
Yeah. The
But the
song,
fact
it's
that,
electric. It's
thank
electric.
you.
It was the first one that I heard of yours too. So it is that type
Oh.
of song. So you deserve to cry and tear up because of this moment. Because it's a big
Yeah.
deal to have someone love you that much to learn your lyrics.
That's really huge because I don't learn everybody's lyrics. Sometimes I learn them because I know I'm going to sing them like as a cover song for a
Right.
specific show when they ask.
Right.
But for me to choose to do that, that's kind of it's a personal decision. It's I must really like them. So for someone to do that to me and to know people are doing that
Right.
all over the world, I'm like, what?
They
Really?
resonate.
Y'all
They
know?
resonate with it. Yeah.
Oh man, it was so cool. Like, especially overseas, you'll have people drive 300 miles to see this one show because they know you're not going to come back for a while to that one
Right.
place, especially if you're just starting out with your solo career. People drove hours to come and see my show. I'm like, you, really? 5, 6 hours? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
I'll take
powerful.
that. I'll take
It's
that. And
powerful.
there are people flying to Atlanta for my June 20th performance next month.
Right.
They're gonna fly in to see the show. I'm just like, okay, but I mean, I love my music too because it's part of me, and I love myself, and I love how my life
Yes.
has really blossomed into where I am today. But that just blows my mind.
It does.
It
And
blows
it's
my
to the
mind.
point. I'm trying to see what I did with it. I jotted down today. I wrote a quote. I'm forever writing quotes and things. And just like any other artist, you put it on a strip of
Okay.
paper. It's never anything that's completely organized in that space.
Right,
But
right.
I did. And I know it can't be far because I'm sitting right here. And basically, I'm just going to round about and say it. I say, when an artist or an author share the extremities of their lives, it's because they're wanting to help the world, heal the world, or give a glimpse of what their life is like. So when you go about doing that and when you're writing, because what your lyrics are and how you're in your emotions is a part of your life, it's no different than myself or any other author
Right.
writing literature.
It's true.
Lyrics, literature, life experiences, we're just sharing our voice differently.
Right.
It's the same. So that's why it's important for me to have this particular platform, because my message is no different than yours. You just have melodies of music behind it, you have vocals behind it, but then I write to the music and have also those relations. You know, I can, say, you know what, I can relate to that, or I've been there and I've done that. So it's a bond that's created either for the writer or the listener.
That's the goal. That's the goal. And I had that on my website. Like, I hope that whatever I write is going to touch you in such a way that you either grow or feel more comforted by the fact that you're not alone in a situation.
Right.
Yeah, I completely agree with that statement. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Music is medicine, and to
is.
me, when you can connect through music, when you can read something and resonate, and it is powerful to watch someone literally singing the lyrics to your song. And I'll never forget when my book released and so many people were reading it and they have all these accolades and things. I'm looking at them like, okay, thank you, because I didn't want to share that, because it takes huge amounts of courage to be so vulnerable, to write about your life, to tell my secrets, my stuff. But it's a part of healing. It's a part of growing and elevation.
Yeah.
So to do that, and then being a part of the acceptance with the second one that's coming out sometime this summer. So, and that's what it's called. I accept me. So to become to a place where you can live and be and accept that space, where you've been, where you are presently, and where you're going, and know why you're going that way. It takes a lot, and you pick up new people along the way. Sometimes you have to let some go in the process.
That's hilarious. You're saying that because Let Go is on right now. It's playing right now. Did you mean to do that? That's exactly what the song is about. You got to let guilt
Let it go.
and other people's responsibilities and all that stuff go. And we all...
you can't carry it.
Yeah.
Hold on to your stuff. Your luggage is enough. You need to have somebody in your life to help you unload. Take the things out of your luggage, not add things to it.
Preach.
I'm just saying.
I am so excited. Like,
it's powerful.
Yeah, I've gotten to a point where I do have a group of friends and I want to keep them forever, because no matter how many changes I've gone through, they've been with me. And this current group of friends, I would like to just keep them right where they are. I can trust them. They don't add anything negative to my life. If they happen to have a moment where they do, because nobody's perfect, they apologize and hold themselves accountable. That's a hard thing to find these days. And so I've finally gotten to that place where I can actually trust the people in my life. It's a long time coming. Let's just put it that way, but it's finally here. Yeah.
It's fact. And it's this quote I used to keep in my home a long time ago. I probably still have it packed someplace, but it says, it takes a long time to grow old friends. And it does. And they really have to be able to know you or know me way back then. You know me through the trials. You know me, how I bounce back up. You know who I am in essence through it all. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And the good thing is that, and we don't all have it at the same level, But
No.
when discernment kicks in and lets you know who you can
Right.
trust and when, and whether this is a good time to go to that person, in confidence about certain things, or whether they can handle it or can't, those types of things. I
Right.
feel like, because I'm in my 30s, I feel like this has been the best decade of my life. So much transformation has happened in this decade,
Amazing.
health wise, family wise, creativity has been off the charts. Speaking of which, I'm coming out with a new record within the next 12 months.
Oh, nice.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
Okay.
Um, I oh, I'll just say it's an R&B soul record infused with just a tiny bit of funk, just a
Mm.
little bit funkier this time. So I'm super excited about that. And I'm trying new things because I wouldn't have thought that I was a funk artist before or
Uh-huh.
could do anything that funky, but I'm really looking forward to this record coming out. It should be
Congrats.
done in a couple months. Thank you. So we both have new stuff coming out. So can we just like trade? Can I send you a package with my CDs and then you send me a package with your book when it comes out?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Because you're going to need both of them.
Nice.
You'll understand when you read it because
Mm-hmm.
very juicy. I didn't realize
So it's
how
a set.
juicy until I read it. And it's to the
Yeah.
point to where sometimes I have to go back and read my own stories to remind myself of where I've been, to make
Yeah.
decisions in the present. So that takes a lot of wisdom. And it's a lot that I've learned over the years. And I hear you say you're in your 30s and it's the best yet. It gets greater. It gets greater.
I
It
believe
gets
that.
greater.
I believe that wholeheartedly because I feel like my teenage years were just so confused. And then, well, when I
Right.
was a kid, it was really good because I had no bills. My homework was
Mm,
super easy,
mm.
you know,
That was the
and
real living.
yeah, but I hardly knew anything and I couldn't take charge of my own life. So
Right.
that's the trade off. Either you have no responsibilities, but you have no control, or
Hmm.
you can take and seize the responsibility and you're free to do whatever you want
Yes.
as long as it doesn't hurt anybody. So, and I do listen to my old music too. I just,
Hmm.
okay, have you watched the TV show? There's a TV show called Tidying Up with Marie Kondo.
I love that
There's this
show and
really,
learn a lot
oh my
from that
gosh,
show.
those of you who are watching this and haven't seen it yet, you got to see it. It's super cute, and the families they have on there are cute. So I just basically tidied up my whole spot here.
You can't help
And
it.
I found you can because she's inspiring. Like I'll have that playing while I'm, folding laundry and rolling it instead of
Right.
folding it. So, but I did that recently, and I found all these old journals from when I was a teenager,
Right.
20s, and then maybe just a couple years ago when I was just writing the Conversations record. When I look at each song has its own journey from beginning to end. So you have your initial
Absolutely.
concept and then you have the collaboration if you decide to collaborate rather
Yes.
than doing everything yourself.
Hmm.
And then the end result could be completely different lyrics. The song could take a completely different turn. So to hear
Right.
that first, I guess I would call it a little sprout of a song because like it's not even
Hmm.
a full-on tree yet, the final thing that you see. But when it was first sprouting, it was completely different. And some of them ended up being almost exactly the same as I imagined them in the beginning. But just to
Oh,
see that was just super duper awesome. And to see where my life has come from and the types of things I wrote about back then, I was,
right.
I had raging hormones in my teenage years. And I swear all I wrote about were boys. And
It's
I remember what
natural.
boys I was talking about. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's cool. But now,
I'm just
it's
grateful
some real
now
grown stuff. Yes. I'm grateful to be out of the
that
dating
that
pool.
never happened. Hmm.
Good gracious. Are you married too?
I'm divorced.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
divorced. 12 years. So yeah. Learned a
I'm,
lot through all of that. So the next time, oh yeah, that's going to be until death do us part because of all of the lessons in it. And grateful
yeah.
for each one.
I
Grateful for
think
them.
yeah, I know life happens, but after this marriage, after it's so good, and after, we've done so much to be committed and grow our relationship and be
Right.
supportive to one another. If this, I can't even say if this fails because it's not, I'm not even going to think that way.
No, it was
I
just
wouldn't get married
an
again. I
experience.
don't think I would remarry, to be
Yeah,
honest. I don't want to, like, that's a whole new set of in-laws. It's a whole new, getting used to
everything.
each other, starting from scratch, and it's been a journey, but like with anything that's this big and involves this much effort, why would you want to start all the way from the beginning and do it again after it's already been good?
No.
I think I might just travel the world, date, start some foundations, continue
Right.
writing music. I think after
Yeah.
this, I probably would be single. I think I would be destroyed if this does not work out, if this did not work
Yes.
out,
I
because it's
can
just
relate
so
to that. It's
good.
tough. When you got something
Yeah.
good like that, it's got you putting on pounds in 2 years, or less, and you're writing songs about it.
I didn't write love
So,
songs until Josh came around. My husband inspired a whole bunch of good songs that, yeah, I
that's
mean,
when
we're
you
both the
know it's
beneficiaries
right.
of.
It's
Yes.
right. And
Yeah.
sometimes we have to be responsible for our actions. And I
Mhm.
ask clients now, why are you getting married? Why did you get married? Why are these situations taking place? Because of their intention, the purpose
Yeah.
behind the marriage. You were not yoked up to begin in. So once you look at it from that point, I'd be very honest. I
Okay, so
have to
we
be.
getting really real. We're getting really real. Okay. Okay.
It's really real because that's what
Well,
I
yeah.
do. I have clients with relationship issues, and I have to ask them the questions that family don't ask, friends don't ask.
Right.
They want to, but
Right.
they don't because they may hurt your feelings. I have nothing to lose. I'm here to help you. I introduce you to yourself. Take ownership.
Right.
Let's not do that again. You know,
Mhm.
in the event you get out this time, because like you were saying, you want to be with somebody where you can feel like I wouldn't do this again if
Right.
this did not work.
Because I can't
You
imagine
want
my life
those
without
feelings,
him. So it's like at this
right?
point, I'm like, well, what am I gonna do now? If that happens, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's where
That's
I'm at right now.
real.
Yeah.
It's real. And so, yeah, I
You
love what
know,
I do. I like to tear it all apart to build it
yeah,
again, consciously,
yeah,
intentionally,
yeah.
to fix it. If you're in it, let's
Right.
repair it. But if you're not happy in it and
Right.
you're dying, you need to think about that.
True. And I think it's a decision that you make,
Right.
okay, am I upset for a good reason?
Yeah.
Am I having
Yeah.
the urge to give up for a good reason? Like, okay,
Yes.
really, is anything worth it? And we haven't gotten to that point where I had second thoughts like ever. We probably, in our first year,
Uh-huh.
it we had in our first year, God's test for us was that everybody died. And we
Oh,
went to 11, we had 11 deaths between his side of the family and mine and our friend
wow.
circle. Everything from suicide to cancer to, we lost a lot of people our first year of marriage. And we were like, well, shoot, is this an omen? But it taught us, we decided not to think of it as an omen.
Right.
And it taught us how to support each other.
Yes.
And so to start off like that, now the rest of our relationship has been cake. We can do anything. We're going through stuff right now we haven't told anybody about. And we
Right.
can make it look easy because, and we keep on moving on. I still have my bubbly personality. He's still silly and hilarious and focused, so we still laugh. You'll see it all over our Instagram. Even when we're like during the times we're going through things, you can't see evidence of it because we don't carry it.
Exactly.
Because we had that first year of good
Right.
gracious alive, what's next? So we just kind of grew, I hate to say it, but we kind of grew numb to death. And we
Yeah.
began to, so we went from numbness to being able to accept and celebrate the lives of the people who
Right.
passed. But
Right.
it took a minute. And, the fact that he could support me through all of that,
Right.
funeral after funeral, good gracious.
It's
So,
eye-opening
yes,
at the same time to have a
it
new
is.
marriage and then you go through so much loss. It, to me, and hearing you say that,
Yeah,
it just makes you realize not that life is short, you just don't know how much of it we have left.
right.
So enjoy it and don't be so, anal on things. Some things forget, let it go.
Yeah,
Let it go. Love
yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
It's not that serious, and let's
No,
talk about it and then forgive it, move on, because God forbid something happens and you're in a space and you're not talking, you never forgive yourself. So I think about those
yeah.
things in advance.
I think about those too. At the same time, because we don't know if there is a tomorrow, I like to keep those people around me who are going to feed positivity and love
Absolutely.
and healing things like laughter and music and whatnot into my life and
Right,
food.
right.
We all need to eat.
Gotta eat.
If you cooking and it tastes good, we might know each other for a very long time and have a long
Absolutely.
relationship.
I have this thing I say, I can eat. I can always eat.
Listen,
It doesn't matter
yes,
the occasion. Eating
nope.
is involved.
It's very true. Not only that, but even right after I've eaten, if I see something else that is intriguing, that that says, Selena, come and just try me at least once. I will still eat. I feel like, yeah, we definitely have that in common, especially since I'm writing songs about food now. That song almost didn't make it to the record because I thought this is way too real for the average person.
No,
I don't think they were ready
necessary.
for me to open up like this. And that ended up being one of my favorite songs I've ever written in life. Cause it
Because it's
starts with,
real.
yeah, it starts on the first line. Grew 2 sizes in 2 years, smiling stretched from ear to ear.
Right.
Had to get new lingerie, throw all them bridal gifts away. So like it starts off right here.
Yes.
I did
Yes.
not hold back, and I'm like, are they ready for this? The first
Yes.
the first
They
person who
are.
told me it was a hit, coincidentally, was my father. And I thought that
Hmm.
he would feel weird about it because I talk about the fact that my husband bought the cow, so he gets the udders and the fillet too. That's verse number 2. And my dad was like, "Oh, that's real clever. Okay, yeah, that's a hit." And I was like, "If Dad can like it, and I'm his baby girl, I think the world can accept it too." And they really
Yes.
did. I was very excited, very, very excited. And I think now, this whole climate of us coming out, the Me Too movement, us connecting on bad things we've gone through, good things we can
Right.
celebrate each other for,
Right.
and just being open and honest. People are even being honest about the fact that they've been abused. And it's this whole, like males and females alike, which I didn't expect males to come out and say anything because
Uh-huh.
that could kind of test how other people feel about their manhood. And so men don't want to do that. But right now, there's an openness that social media has really
Indeed.
brought out. And I absolutely love it. I think sometimes there's too much information in a particular expression of thought,
Cor- Correct.
which I enjoy that with close friends. We could talk about really gross stuff, but I
Anything.
sometimes don't expect it from a random stranger. And I
Right.
think a lot of people do tell me a lot of things about themselves off of social media that I'm not expecting. So there's that side to it too. But I think it's really beautiful that people can be open because the truth does set you free.
It does.
It really does. If you
Period.
choose to be free from it, you can be honest and let that go, you
Right.
know? Just let it out. Chances
I
are
mean,
you're losing sleep and it's circling in your mind anyway. So you may as well just let it out
share it.
and then receive the news that, hey, you're not the only one going through it. And it's actually easy to get out of it if you just know you have the plan for it and you know the trick to it. You know,
Exactly. But you have to voice it
you
first.
do.
You have to speak about it. It's no reason to hide. and honesty is everything, although there are tons of people who refuse to be it or to
Yeah.
share it. And I prefer just be honest. Tell me up front so I can make a decision according to that.
Yeah. I mean, but you have to be ready. And I think a lot of people aren't ready to be seen, you know?
Right,
So
right.
they're like, "Wait a minute, what is she going to think of me? What is he going to think of me?" But I think it's very therapeutic to just, yeah, come out. And it's therapeutic for me too, because I want to know too. Shoot, how do you actually feel about me? What are your intentions? What are you here for? What do you intend to do with, us being
Up
connected?
front, up front.
As a side note, I put some ribs in the oven earlier and they just started smelling good. So if I get a weird look on my face, it's because, man, them seasonings are hitting me real hard right about now. I didn't eat lunch, not a full on lunch. I had a lunch snack.
You had a
So,
snack.
oh man, I'm drooling. It's good. So I'm making baby back ribs and I haven't decided what the sides are yet, but I think I'm gonna do like a corn
Oh,
situation
sounds
and I
good.
have some potatoes too.
Mm.
Tomorrow's a like it's gonna be a long day, so I want to charge up, for
Be
that because
prepared.
tomorrow when I'm on the run, I
Yeah.
gotta eat light. But yeah, tonight will be the comfort before,
Oh, baby
the
back
full rush of
ribs.
things. Yes,
Well, it would be nice if you just send a plate over,
I would love to. If I could do that
at
through
least
Facebook,
a text.
I would feed you through text. I would do that for you if once the technology is here and we can transport things and it comes out the same way on the other side because I don't want you talking about my food because my food is good. If it comes out on the other side and it didn't get beamed properly, I don't want you judging
I
me.
will take your word for it.
But when we
I
get
will.
when we get to that point where the technology is there, I would do that
Yeah,
for
some
you.
smellograms. That would be great.
Yes, at least the smellogram.
A smellogram.
Do you follow food pages on Instagram?
I do. Some of them. That Darius guy, I don't, Darius, he is amazing. I don't recall his last name, but I do follow him. And he cooks, and my mouth just
Darius.
waters. Literally.
I'm gonna write that. I'm gonna write
His
that
name's
down
Darius.
because
I'm going to send you the link to him because it's a
okay.
must. And then he emails you the recipe.
What?
Yes,
Okay,
he does that.
Darius.
See, that's what happens in the kitchen. When you have somebody who can cook like that and then they share it
Mm.
and has this amazing restaurant in Atlanta. So,
Ooh.
of course, when you go to Atlanta, you have to go over. I see what he's doing. I see his marketing
Okay.
technique. It
Mm-hmm.
works. I'm all in. I'm all
Well,
in
I always come to Atlanta a day early just to eat.
to
I know
eat.
that sounds horrible, but
No, it isn't. It's where
listen.
all the food is. Atlanta is it's a great place for
Oh,
different types of foods and adventure. It is.
oh yeah. So I come a day early. I like to go to McCormick and Schmick because it tastes better out there for some reason. I don't know where McCormick and Schmick started, but I go there. And then they have crab leg Wednesdays at the place I'm performing at. It's called Sweet Lounge. They give you
Yes.
an entire bucket. They give you a bucket, and then it has the corn, the sausage, and potatoes in it with the crab legs sticking all out gloriously. And I
It's worth
ate
it.
3 buckets last time I went, and they nicknamed me 3 buckets. So that's my new nickname in Sweet Lounge
That's
now.
serious.
I'm
Well,
about to
Sweet
repeat
Lounge
it.
is amazing. It's worth
Oh,
every single bite.
I mean,
It's
it's
worth the
so
bite.
delicious. I'm so glad that you know. I'm so
Yeah.
glad you know because people don't
Yeah.
know who are from Texas or whatever. They think that's the best crab legs. I'm like, no.
Mm-mm.
First of all, New Orleans, hello. First of
Mm-mm.
all, but Atlanta, yes.
A
I've had
lot of
some good crab
secrets.
legs out here, but Atlanta
Once
ain't
you've
losing
had
it.
some delicious ones that you always remember, you want to go back there
Yeah, it's
every
not the
single
same.
time. It becomes a staple. So since they've named you 3 buckets, it's probably going to you'll be on the menu before long.
I might be on the menu. The Selena bucket is 3 times the size of the normal bucket. But I like it when they carry out the new buckets, so I wouldn't want to have a big bucket that's the size of what I normally eat. I can pack it away. I can pack it away.
It's worth it. It
I'm
just
not
goes
ashamed
to
to say.
show good food, good conversations,
Yes.
great travels, doing what you love. Everything is intertwined. And when you
Yeah.
have that type of a weave of a pattern to
Yep.
display your life, it
Yeah.
explains how you are who you are in the present. That's what it does.
I agree. Same to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I just love, I can speak for myself. I can hear it coming from you.
Yeah.
Becoming is important.
It
You can't
really
become who you
is.
are standing still. You can't.
No, and I don't understand why it took this long, but this is the time, I guess, that God decided, okay,
Yeah.
when she's in her 30s, then she'll know that she, is worthy of this and that and the other and all the blessings I've been trying to give her,
Yes,
last decade, but she didn't think she was ready to accept it and receive it. So,
that's the
yeah.
key. Being
Yeah.
ready to accept it and then doing something about it. And
Yeah.
when you actually awaken and you see the beauty in it all, then that's why, like, ah. But
Yeah.
back then, you were not ready.
Nope.
When it happened, you were.
I think if it had if my career were the way it is now in my 20s, yeah, I think I would have felt in a lot of situations uncomfortable, and I wouldn't have really enjoyed what I'm doing now. I wanted everything to be so fast in my 20s.
Right,
Now in my 30s, I'm like, okay, I can take my time on some things and really be present and enjoy it.
right.
And I think the rush of everything is just an uncomfortable feeling to just be
Yes,
uneasy with where you are. Right now, I'm like, I could stay here you know, as long as I need to get to wherever I need to go
yes,
next in God on God's calendar, whatever that is.
exactly.
Waited a while to get married, waited a while for everything, my career, my solo career,
Right.
and I wait for moments. I wait until something tells me, all right, this is the time to do it. Do you ever have that?
Yes.
Where like there's a defining moment.
Yep.
It
Yep.
took until, well, I was like 20, I would say I was 5 when I had that moment where I was like, okay, I need to go ahead and pursue this. And it happened actually where I live in Dallas, which is funny because I
Really?
ended up coming right back here. But there's a fudge shop. I don't know if it's still there because I don't remember what mall I went to. And I'm no
Uh-huh.
longer in touch with the people that I went with
Mm-hmm.
for a reason. Um,
Right.
so I'm not going to call them again and open that up.
Mm-hmm.
But I went to a fudge shop inside of a mall, and they sing to you while they're putting together your order.
Oh,
And so they sang all the Motown hits. They did like the Johnny Rockets era,
love it.
of music, some doo-wop and all that. And so my friends at the time, they pointed to me and said, "Hey, Selena sings." And I was like, "You guys shut up. I'm not singing today. I'm on vacation. It's my off day, off week." I had just come back from, I don't remember what tour I was a part of, but I was tired. And they actually pointed to me and they had me sing. And we sang My Girl together. And they sang it in such a key where I'd have to use my falsetto.
Right.
And so I had started singing, and then people from other parts of the mall stopped to listen to me sing. And I was like, I need to stop playing around. Because at the time, I was getting my graduate degree in, or sorry, well, yeah, graduate. So my
Okay.
master's degree in psychology, and I was going to be a school counselor.
Oh,
And I already have 2 undergraduate degrees in psychology and studio art, so I really didn't need an extra degree in the same thing unless I was actually going to practice. And I had planned to work in a school because
right.
I was an independent tutor for a long time until my music career kicked up. And that moment let me know, you know what? I've been afraid of doing this forever, but for some reason at that point, I was fine and I had peace with it. And so my
Yes.
dad was actually gigging in town
Uh-huh.
in Dallas. And so I just went up the way. I'm like, "Hey, Dad, you're in Dallas right now, right? Come to your hotel room real quick. I have to tell you something." And I'm sure he thought it was something crazy like, I'm pregnant or something. I don't know. I don't know what was going through his mind. I should ask him what he thought it was because I didn't
You
tell
should
him what it
ask him
was.
that question.
I need to because I would say crazy stuff. Like some of the stuff that I feel comfortable telling my parents about is not the typical thing you'd feel comfortable telling your parents about. We were very open as a family from day one. And so, I came in there, had a little notepad. I was all studious. And I said,
Love it.
Dad, I think I'm pretty sure I'm ready to become a solo artist.
Love
Sorry,
it.
I am at 20%. Do you mind really fast if I just get my charger? And
Please
I
get
will
your
come
charge.
right back. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
please. Oh, thank you all so much, Sparrows, for joining Selina and I tonight. Like I said, it was going to be a juicy conversation. She's the most bubbliest person ever. I thought I was that type. No, she's got me beat, actually. And it just makes it that much easier when having engagement. I absolutely enjoy meeting people like her, being in the industry of music, and my family's background is in music as well. So I write to music, being an author, and like she was saying, that awakening moments, it just changes trajectory of your life. And recall it for myself, always knowing that I threatened to write books. Who knew I'd actually do it? And when God led me to do it, I said, if you want me to do it, then you need to tell me the title and you need to give me a play-by-play of how it's done. So with that happening, here I am today and doing that very thing. So I can't complain about it at all. And your comments are super nice. And Selina and I are going to be responding to some of your comments here shortly. And I see some fudge comments. Rib comment. Amazing.
Okay, sorry about that. And my husband just made it home now too, so that's pretty cool. Perfect. I can't have the headset in at the same time as I have my cord in, so there's going to be a little bit of delay as we close, but
it's okay. Because we are tail end of it.
Say it again?
I said we're right.
I know, isn't that crazy? I looked at the clock and I'm like, oh, we're practically done right now. I told you. It was so short.
That's how it is.
But these ribs are smelling good though. So
it's time to eat. And I'll just have to invite you in again.
I would love that.
That's what we'll do. A part two.
Yeah, let's do part two.
Okay. So what we will do. I missed that.
I said we're gonna plan it for like October or something when you're done with because you're booked out. Mm-hmm.
It needs to be out, and then you have to read both of them.
Great.
You see?
I can do that.
It wouldn't take you. It's a page.
Good. I'm so excited for you. That's so awesome.
Thank you. And very excited for you. I appreciate you coming on, spending time with my Sparrows, and I look forward to time.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now are you a little bit of what your melody?
I lost what you said there. Say it one more time.
I said, are you going to sing a little bit?
Yeah, but I feel like I need to put the headset in again.
Because are you sure?
Yeah, I'm at 20%. It's going down pretty fast. I have a new phone, so I don't know what this thing is trying to do, and I haven't really tested its battery strength yet. So far, the Apple XS gets an F on battery power.
I don't want you to.
No, we're not gonna cut off. It's okay. What would you like to hear? Which song would you like to hear?
I love High is High.
We'll do that one. I was never the door, waiting 3 days for a phone call. Never the type to run around, chasing the hope of being found. Hung out with friends, those who shared my independence. They were surprised the day I said I never had to be alone again. 'Cause you're my highest high, you're my never low, you're my silver sky, I am never letting go. You're my whitest smile, you're my golden glow. You opened up my eyes, I am never letting go.
Da, 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 da. That's a
I know. You know that's Dad on horn, right?
I love it, Mr.
Yes.
Albright. You are fabulous, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, you are beautiful. And of course, I wouldn't doubt that. Your dad is amazing, like I said. He is one of my faves, like
He's mine
growing
too.
up, ever. Of course, he is your fave.
I mean, but I'm not even that biased, though. I'm not even that biased because he's just the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time, period.
He is. He
I can
really
say
is.
that. I can say that because I'm his daughter, but he's amazing. The stuff he's doing, I'm
Yes.
only able to understand the depth of music theory and knowledge and,
Yes.
you know, pacing and rhythm that you have to have in order to do the stuff my dad does. So,
Right.
yeah. Yeah,
Right.
he's the GOAT. He could be the GOAT.
Right.
Yeah. I could say that.
I grew up to that with that man. And it's just like,
Yeah.
it's one of those things that's surreal. And I
Yeah.
see him on the timeline. I'm like, he is watching this right now.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
nuts to me.
I told him and my mom to check out, you know, and my whole fan family. I told them, hey, look, so you're gonna have this on as a rebroadcast, right? Because a lot of my
Yes.
fans are on the East Coast or the West Coast, and they're still working.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna post the link so everybody can see.
Post the link, and
Yeah.
I always upload to YouTube. I always do that to my
Great.
channel. So I will also send you the link to that. So go
Love
over,
it.
subscribe, be fabulous. There's so much juice going on over at the Valerie Miller. You guys have like,
Yes.
and you're
You
now
said
a
so much
page
juice.
turn in that book.
I can't wait to read it. You keep saying juice, and I'm like, oh shoot, there's some plots in here. There's some
Oh, it's
scandals, some drama.
this right here. What? It's a 3-part trilogy,
Yeah.
and number
Okay.
2's coming out. So
Okay.
I'm just not fabulous as the typical fabulous. I'm not.
Uh-huh.
I became fabulous through Christ, literally,
Amen.
of what he's done, how he's gotten me through it. That's why I do what I do when it comes to relationships, to career paths, because I feel like if you're not aligned or awakened with yourself, and I can't say it enough, I introduce you to yourself. It's so important to align with who you were born to be and do what you were supposed to do, what God has inside of you to do. If you're not doing that, you're not living, you're just existing.
Right. Yeah.
So it takes work, it takes choice, intention to do that on a conscious level. And our conscious is nothing but our spirit telling us exactly what to do, how to do it. So listen,
Oh, yes.
that's all.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah, so it's tons of juice. Totally unexpected.
Well, I cannot wait for the juice to be loose.
Yes,
That's
it's
it.
going to be all the way loose.
Starburst
So-
reference.
So I want to say thank you 20 times over. And I haven't even begun to ask all the things I wanted to ask. That's why I say it has to be a part two.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
do
it
all
has
of
to be
that.
part two.
Yeah.
Okay. And I
And
know
then-
you have your followers everywhere.
Yeah, I'm going to be posting this all over the place. So,
Do it.
yeah, everybody. Hi, you guys. Thanks for watching.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And so, of course, whenever time permits, if you can go in after you've had your ribs and spent some time with your love of your life and,
Woo.
you know, go back in if you're able. But you're going to have to, because the comments are going to continue to come in. So if you can just
Yeah.
respond to them, because the Sparrows have inquiry and there's so much happening in the room right
Yeah.
now that we
Oh,
have
I can't see
opportunity to
it.
go in.
Oh, because I can't see it from my end. All I see is me and you, and
Swipe
that's it.
left. If you swipe
Hold
left,
on a minute.
all those comments will show.
Oh, and my Uncle Bill is on.
See?
Okay. See, I missed all of that. I'm missing hearts and thumbs up and all kinds of
Hearts,
stuff.
thumbs up, a ton of messages.
I
So
got my
you
mom
got
on
work to do.
here
And my mom just popped in too. So
this
I'm
whole
telling you.
time. Oh my goodness. Hey, Gregory Brown. Oh, hey, Dad. Estella's
I
here,
told you
and
Daddy was
Sarge is here. I'm sorry. You know what? I need to learn how to use this phone. And I haven't done a Facebook Live that was on my phone. I usually do it on my laptop. So this is so cool.
It is all the way fabulous. I tell you, you do not come here and not leave different than you came. That's just a promise.
I've got family, and I've got actual family, and some of my in-laws are watching us right now. That's so cool.
See?
Thank you so much for watching.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thank you all as well. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up this show, tie it up with a bow, and I say thank you, and I look forward to part 2, and we'll be in touch.
I'm sorry, my dad said save him a rib, so I need to swipe right again because I can't. As a family, we are always ready to eat. I'm sorry, I completely interrupted your whole ending spiel. I'm going to be quiet over here.
Hashtag unscripted. Rules at all. And there's so much. I do everything in my power to avoid reading the comments because I'll get distracted also. So I have to look at the guests. That's what's happening.
Well, however, part two is going to be real unscripted then.
Part 2. So I'm going to say ciao for now.
Yes.
Many thanks. Blessings to you. You haven't said what your next thing is. I know you mentioned the Christmas album before. You mentioned a solo project that's going to be coming up, and it's a number of things. So until that happens, we'll talk about that in the part 2.
For sure.
As of right now, though, how could the Sparrows contact you? How?
I was just going to say, if you want to know about what's coming up next, you can go on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Selina Albright, and it's spelled Selina. And you can go to my website, www.selinaalbright.com. Everything is at Selina Albright or Selina Albright Music, so you can always search me anywhere. And I'm on YouTube.
Easy.
Yes, and you can see what I'm cooking in the kitchen too.
Yes, but you know your daddy is the funniest all time. He said, how much for one rib? You know where that came from.
I know. Chris Rock. Oops. Chris Rock. That was my first time seeing him, and I didn't realize it was him doing the stand-up. I didn't realize they were the same person. Just how much is it for one rib?
One rib. How much for a bite?
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
and you know what? Dave Chappelle, I didn't know that was him on the Clump movie, The Nutty Professor. Remember, he was the stand-up comedian. Well, not until way later. Like, I didn't put 2 and 2 together. So we quote them all the time, and they don't even know it.
Yeah.
They don't even know.
My gosh. We just gave them props.
Thank you so. I want to thank everybody who's watching right now for all the hearts and the thumbs up. All of that. I love y'all. I love my fan family. I love my biological family and the family I inherited through marriage.
Yes.
And everybody who's listening. I appreciate it. And Valerie, I love you too for having me on here and giving me this platform to talk about this. Yes. But we'll do part 2 real soon.
We'll do part 2. Yes. So until then, thank you so much. I love you back. I appreciate every Sparrow in the room. All of you that are going to be catching the replay later, thank you. And whatever you do, before you click out of here, share.
Yes.
As sharing is caring. Somebody somewhere needs to hear this and watch this. That's all I have to say. Mr. Albright, I am casting the net on you for a conversation as well. So you are legendary, and it would do my heart good to have a conversation with you. So until then, I'm going to say love without conditions. Always possess a positive attitude and soar in all you do. Love you, Mina.
Bye.
Smooches.
Love. I don't know how to turn it off. Hold on a minute.
Click the X.
There we go.
Click the X. That's it, Sparrows. What a great night. As promised, every conversation is a juicy conversation here at TVM, the Valerie Miller Double Fold. This very moment, you have opportunity to change. So we had the pleasure of having engagement and conversation with Selina Albright. She is all the way fabulous, and she's been, you know, brought into the family as a sparrow, as we all are sparrows, but she gets special recognition being a guest in the room tonight. So thank you all very much and have a beautiful evening. Ciao.